What is up, my brothers and sisters? I did a video um the other day because apparently there was a train derailment or by Yellowstone, not in Yellowstone, but by Yellowstone. So I did some research and I was like, well, sulfur, because they were trying to say that sulfur was leaking into the Yellowstone River. And I was like, huh, how convenient. Isn't sulfur associated with magma and gases from volcanoes? So it says here, as magma rises toward the surface, decreasing pressure on the molten rock, it causes dissolved sulfur and other volatile elements to form various gases. Well, with that being said, it said gases are water vapor, H2O, carbon dioxide, and sulfur, either as sulfur dioxide, gas temperature in volcanic, high temperature in volcanic. Then it says sulfur dioxide indicates magma is near the surface. Sulfur dioxide is released from a volcano when magma is relatively near the surface. I've been saying for some time that it is magma tunnels. It is the traveling of magma under the ground, causing the steam to shoot out of the ground, making your freak weather, crazy lightning. This is because, as I've said before, the sun interacts with our atmosphere in Schumann resonance, which then comes to the ground and makes earthquakes, crazy weather, lots of lightning, booms, trumpet noises, freak hot weather, freak hailstorms, all of the above. It never was the government doing any of this. Do volcanoes have a lot of sulfur? Monitoring sulfur dioxide. Karn and his team found that each year, volcanoes collectively emit 20 to 25 million tons of sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. Sulfur, an element on the chemical table. It is a bright yellow, crystalline solid at room temperature. Sulfur. What is it used for? You can actually create sulfuric acid, which is used to make fertilizers, lead acid batteries, as well as sulfur is used in the production of inorganic chemicals, matches, explosives, cement, glass, so many things. Is sulfur safe for humans? Sulfur is known to be of low toxicity and poses very little, if any, human risk. Short term show that sulfur is very low to acute oral toxicity and does not irritate the skin. It has been placed in toxicity category 6. Sulfur also is not a skin sensitizer. Does sulfur help arthritis? Perhaps you can take a mud bath in mineral waters to relieve this arthritis, actually. What do you know? There it is. It's yellow. Uh-oh. Train derailment in the river of Montana. You know, where I'm always showing the booms coming out of Billings and all that, those places. All the time. I've got several videos. A train that derailed was loaded with asphalt and sulfur. Remember when I kept telling you what is usually on trains? It's usually cattle, cars, oil, asphalt, cattle, cars, asphalt. Hey, I used to live by train tracks, literally like a house away. I could throw a rock and hit the damn train. Boom! Right? I used to get mad because when I was little, they said that's illegal. Yeah, you can cause a derailment with the vibrations when you hit them with rocks. Because when you pick a big ass rock up and you throw it and you hit the damn one of the cars, it goes boom like a bell. Okay? This can reverberate down the line and cause a derailment, actually, because of the massive shaking and reverberation through the cars. Yes. Notice it was also 8 rail cars. Number 8, I've talked about quite a bit. For those that have stuck around for a little while, you know what the number 8 represents, at least for me. Now, this was a perfect excuse for the reason why there would be sulfur and the smell of sulfur in the air. Okay? Because magma and magma tunnels creating all this, as I've said all of the above before, just a second ago, not the government, is the perfect reason and excuse to be like, what do you know? A bunch of sulfur in the water heading towards Yellowstone. You know that one giant volcano that takes up a lot of area? This was in Montana. Well, breaking. Residents calling 911 after an unusual smell reported across Indiana. Are they going to tell us that a train crashed with a bunch of asphalt and sulfur here too? What a coinky dink. Over in Montana towards Yellowstone, there's a bunch of sulfur. And then now, several states over in Indiana, there's a bunch of sulfur. And they're trying to basically say it was the steel mill or something like that, and all the oil factories and blah, 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 right? And I'm like, well, how come the residents have never smelt this fart smell before, right? How come they don't seem like they're used to this, right? Let's see. Montana is here. Train derailment. Now let's go to Indiana. Indiana. Where is Indiana? Do any of you know where Indiana is? It's got to be somewhere in here, right? There it is. Pretty sure it's right here, right? It's got to be this one. Is it? I can't tell. There it is, Indianapolis. Well, where's Indiana at? I don't know. Who cares? Regardless, Indiana is literally on the other side of the United States. Go figure, huh? What a weird coinky-dink. Yeah, because it goes Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota, right? Colorado. Indiana's nowhere near any of these places. What is going on here? It's like on the exact opposite side of our great United States of America, you know? Like, what happened? What happened? Right? So, you know how I know this? You know how I know that it's a crock of beep, like I've been saying? Because God told me the answers. That's why my answers never change, as crazy as they sound, and as crazy as it might be, because it's hard to believe, right? Because I know people are asking themselves and telling themselves, well, how does this guy know? Right? What he's saying might be true, but that doesn't mean that it is true, because we have all the excuses that the government and TV keep telling us. And it's always something brand new, right? Always something pulled out of their sleeve, right? It's always something different, but yet quite similar. And yet, my answers have never changed. Nope, not once. Never. Huh. As a matter of fact, it's never even come across my mind. What? I know. Still the same answers. I've never changed my answers. You know why? Because God told me this. After like 1,000 times of God coming through, why would I go against the grain? Why would I go against the architect of everything? Why? I mean, the dude built the place, right? Like, he built you, me, planets. He built the devil. He built the planets. He built like these gods that are created, right? He built the pyramids. He did everything. I mean, shoot, he's got an LD TV in his house. He's got security cameras. I mean, dude, he already had the freshest, cleanest, most brand new stuff, high tech, like before anybody even ever thought about it. You know what I'm saying? You know why they say there's nothing brand new under the sun? Because he already had it. Yeah, he already had it.